if it's my phone, do I know what to do? Because
Ah,
it's not nice at
wow.
all.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Ooh,
uh, Anivon and everybody. Happy election.
yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God. It's crazy. This is crazy. Happy election. I was asking, who is your candidate? Who are you going
My,
to?
uh,
I know you mentioned it last week, okay?
yeah, I'm going for Peter Obi. I'm vouching for Peter Obi, not because he's the Messiah. I'm vouching for Peter Obi, not because he can 100% solve the problem of Nigeria. Because the problem of Nigeria has been on ground since 1960.
I'm immemorial.
But at least he can start a new foundation of
Yeah,
solution, or
yeah.
for the next person that will come in to continue from where he stops. Get it? So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'm going for Peter Obi because he's the only sane uh, candidate in
Yeah.
terms of age. Intellectually, he's very intelligent and he's a businessman. So we really need someone who knows how to handle the business of Nigeria to do it. Get it? And so I'm vouching for him because I know when he comes into power, he will declare a state of emergency on power. Yeah.
Hmm.
And also we declare a state of emergency on security. Again, then every other things can what follow. So that's the reason why I'm vouching for him. I'm
Okay.
not vouching for him along tribal sentiment. No. Yeah, I'm not from the east. I'm proudly from the Midwest,
Mm.
although they added us to South. And I'm proudly an Edo person. But
Okay.
um Peter Obi is my choice.
Wow.
I'm speaking for myself, and I'm not speaking for any other person.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Because I've had people talk about, I think someone else was choosing, actually chose Peter Obi as well. Um, I was like, what's happening? Everybody seems to be choosing the guy, but I don't know what's going on with with the collection of the results. I don't know what's happening there
A lot,
because I mean
a lot has happened.
a lot
A
is
lot,
going on, my
a
brother.
lot.
I mean,
So we just pray God to take control. If if not well managed, it
mm,
might it may snowball into something that will be worse than the end SARS protest. That's the fact.
hmm.
That's the fact because
Well, the
um
NSAS protest was worse enough. It
no,
was that was worse enough.
it was worse. That was just a protest that was carried out by majorly the youth,
Yeah, that's true.
the youth, the youth who felt police brutality and so many other things that when um, what really kind of kickstart that end SARS protest is as a result of police brutality. So it
Yeah.
will start along police brutality, but this very one is not. This one is more than police brutality. Do you know what it takes for a group of a, a group of mm, people to steal your mandate?
Mm,
That is
right.
that is what I'm talking about. Getting it?
Mm-hmm.
So what we are experiencing right now, there's already a lot of people we are disenfranchised.
Hmm.
Yeah, not maybe
That's so
because
painful. That's so painful.
yeah, not
That's so
because maybe they were unable to kind of get the accreditation done, but this
mm-hmm.
one on camera, you see uh, talks coming around to threaten uh, the electorate, telling them
Yeah.
if you are not voting for this particular party, you leave. And that is where that's where we need to question the security personnel. What
I'm
was
telling
their role? They're
you.
supposed to be there to safeguard the general public from intimidation. So from what we saw live intimidation, especially in Lagos. Especially in Lagos. The Igbos, not just the Igbos, even so many other persons, they were threatened. I don't. So to me, I feel a lot has gone wrong as a result of this election. Nobody's happy. If a normal, uh, no person, as in like me, I'm in Nigeria. I'm proudly in Nigeria. I'm not happy. I know that a lot of people also back at home, even right here, they are not happy. That's
Yeah, they're not. They're
the
not.
truth. In Port Harcourt, the same thing. Getting it. Just name it. So for me, I just pray God take control. That's just the truth. God
That's what
take
I'm
control.
saying. That my own is that nobody should die. Me, I don't want that one because once somebody dies, that's the end of the person's life. Over what? Do you understand? Over what? And they don't celebrate heroes there. They don't celebrate heroes. Even the real heroes, the real, if I may use the word real, the real heroes have not been celebrated enough. Talk less of somebody that they didn't send message in quote. I wouldn't want to go deep. But the thing is, the idea is, if this guy is not a threat to them, why are they so worried about him?
Yeah, they are worried about him because he's coming with he's coming to rule the country
You don't do that.
on a different
Oh my God.
ground.
Austin said people don't dey die since Saturday. Can you imagine?
Okay, yeah, he's correct.
It's really painful that people have started, or people are dying already. It's
Yeah,
painful because that's been my heart cry, for that not to happen.
people are dying already. People are
Oh my
dying already. It's so painful. Uh, elections. The worst part of it is that INEC just succeeded in deceiving every one of us. Getting it.
How
Came
do
with
they deceive
beavers.
us?
Yeah,
How?
see, the election is supposed to be digital, as in they introduced technology, making everybody to understand that
Oh, okay,
that's why everybody's mad. That's why
okay.
everybody's mad. Again,
Mm,
you introduce beavers, and the beavers is supposed to kind of do your, maybe after you must have done your accreditation,
yes.
then you do your voting. Immediately after the election, you upload
Mm,
instantly. You upload, like we that are here now, we that are in diaspora. The only thing we ought to be doing is just for us to just, as in, go into the INEC website. I mean, INEC website. They will just be monitoring everything right there. That's how it is right here. That's how it
wow.
works right here. Getting it? But how can you tell the general people of Nigeria, making us to understand that, oh, this thing has been tested and trusted. At the end of the
Mm,
day, you are
yeah.
now uploading results. You are now using the manual system of the one that you said you are not going to use. And the worst part of it, almost 400 billion naira was given to you to organize this election.
What? What
Yeah,
did you say?
400.
400 what?
Yeah, almost 400 billion.
Oh my
400
God.
billion. Getting it was
Hey,
given to you. Was given
wow.
to you to
Oh
do
my
this
God.
thing. And the worst part of it, the annoying aspect of it, the INEC chairman is a professor, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
That's right.
professor. He studied history. I think he had his master's in what was the name of this university? I know he had his PhD in Harvard, Harvard University.
Means
So
well learned, yeah?
he's
Well learned.
he's learned. The last 8 years, Professor Jaga did the same thing. Now it's not Professor Mahmoud that is doing the same thing. So you see that position, that word, professor,
Yeah.
is a disgrace. It's a big disgrace.
Oh my
Getting it?
God.
Ah,
Oh
so
my.
so so so
It's not.
so it's very painful. I'm
All
pained.
right.
I'm not happy. As in, These people just made everyone's efforts to be useless. Getting it?
I think that was a distraction when they said it's going to be digital this time. I think it was a distraction.
It was
They actually
signed. It
removed.
was signed into law. It was signed. They passed
Can you imagine?
it through the House of Rep and through House of Senate. They
Can you
battled
imagine?
it and they finally passed it into law. They tested it in 3 states and it was effective. It's like they saw the side effect of beaver. They knew that the beavers will not be to their own advantage. They
Yeah,
decided
yeah,
to
yeah.
manipulate the whole thing.
Yes,
So
yes. I think so.
it's so painful.
I think so.
It's so painful.
For be himself, I don't think he's a bad man. Why don't they want him? Because from the way it looks, it seemed to me like they just don't want him. Maybe there is a priority list for them. You know, they want a particular person to come in first before another person. Things like that. That's what I'm thinking.
We
Because
we
don't
we,
have
we
some, if they don't have someone in mind, there's not going to be a fight.
eh,
Be a fight.
they have their diverse interest. For instance, now,
Welcome.
for instance,
Okay.
now let's look at power in
Yeah.
Nigeria. We have never enjoyed power in that country. Why? Because of interest. Now, the way Amana did it right now, every of their persons, they are contracted with, like in those state now. I think that when I left, it was is it not BEDC? It's BEDC. The BEDC, it's
What's
one
that?
particular person that is in charge of that BEDC, one of their allies. The same, another different organization is handling one of Ibadan, different states. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, if Obi should come in,
Mm-hmm.
why during Obasanjo period they spent 16 billion on power, nothing to write home about? We are still where we are. Getting that means there's a lot of embezzlement going on. If Obi should come,
Like
yeah,
you're so
if Obi should come in, he's going to come with a different approach, and that approach will not favor this vehemence that have been able to kind of reduce us to where we are today. Not just on
Why do you think?
power,
Why do you
even
think? Obi?
security.
Why do you think?
That
Obi?
do
Okay.
you sorry, I'm not trying to. Have you noticed ever since the change of naira, the naira
Mm-hmm.
currency, the rate of kidnapping has reduced. The rate of kidnapping
Yes,
has
that's
reduced.
true.
So
That's actually true.
that means the kidnapping thing is the kidnapping business is a cartel, a well organized cartel. Getting it?
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a well
beginning.
organized cartel. It's not something that the normal street criminals or whatever we do. I think it involves those that are even those this I have no iota of, I won't lie to you. I no longer have any iota of respect for all these politicians. For me,
Mm-hmm.
if they fail to give the mandate to the right person that won this election, the military should take over. Let military come.
I not go there. Don't you think it's gonna
See, if
be?
listen, if military takes over, most of these politicians they will run. Yes, the ones that will not be able to run, they will be jailed. That's the truth. Because the impunity is too much. It's too
There's
much.
just a lot under the carpet. There's a we can feel it's palpable, but we can't really say exactly what the problem is. It's palpable. The problem is palpable. The whole greediness and what's it called, or whatnot. It's palpable. We can barely touch it, but we can't place our hands on it. We know that there's something going on the ground. For sure, there's something going
Ah,
on. Because, well, for me, we're all humans. And one thing that I know that even though you're not a Christian, for you as a human, you have a soul, you have a mind to think, you know good from bad, you have a conscience, okay? And that conscience, for me, is the God of the people who don't know God, who don't know Jesus, let's say, because everybody loves God. Not everybody accepts Jesus. Okay? There's something that they call God. God can represent anything, but Jesus, we know, is the way, the truth, and the life, you know. But then scripture says you cannot come to the Father except through him. Liora is calling again. Hey, sis. Yeah.
You can use the audio.
Okay. Okay. I think she said she's trying to come up with the husband's phone. She wants to see. She just sent a request, and so I just confirmed she'll be coming soon. Okay. So the thing is, we all have conscience, and we should use the conscience. Okay, that's my own, because we're all one before God. We're all one. As long as you're a human being, God created us in his likeness, in his form, in his image. We're all one. Before we knew Christ, God came to die for us through Jesus Christ. You understand? We were first humans before we became Christians. So before you had that mind of Christ through his word and accepting him, Alex Dan, through his word and accepting him, you were first a human being. And every human has a conscience. So if you're doing something that is not right, your conscience should be able to tell you, hey, you're crossing the boundary. You're crossing the line. You would know. Even sometimes when I'm talking to my daughter, she's going almost 4 years now.
Okay.
When she does something that is not good, because she's been spanked or probably been corrected before, I think she's trying to send a request. The next time she wants to do it, she knows. Even there are some things that I don't even have to tell her for the first time. She already knows that this thing is not good. She begins to hide. And I'm like, this girl is very...
Oh my God!
Hey.
Hallelujah!
Yes, I think it's your phone. You have to check a lot of things. You need to
Oh my God!
Mama, good evening.
Set your phone.
Kizo, how you doing? Oh my
Oh
God!
my
I was
God.
just sweating here. Like, I need to join in this conversation. What's going on? Well, I'm so glad to be here. Yes.
Mama.
Yes, so Kizo, what's up? Don't worry. After this, we'll settle ourselves. Yeah. You're telling me Happy New Year here, right? No wahala. Hello, sis. How you doing?
Very good. So good to have you. Mama in the house. People have been waiting for you, you see.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Just
I know. It's not even last week, self. Since when did we start planning this thing? Like,
weeks ago.
we just kept having one issue after the other, but thank God that we're here today.
Yeah,
I am so glad to be here.
10 minutes to close time here. So we thank God. We hope that maybe we can extend it just a bit because of you, our special guest.
Oh.
Because we don't know how it's going to be if we want to shift it again. So we're not shifting nothing. You're here, and we're going to... We're
not moving it. I'm here. Yeah, yes.
So, how have you been? How has been the ministry? How is the family? How is church? How is music? What's going on?
Yeah, we've been powerful. Well, not so much has been happening in front of the camera, but a lot has been going on behind, off the stage. Let me put it that way.
Yeah,
a lot of writing, planning, so that when we decide to step out, we have everything, everything ready, and then we begin to move.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of writing and training, all of that.
Yeah.
Very experienced.
Yes. Of course. It's so, honestly, I'm so happy. I was speaking to Brother Kingsley last week. I said I'm so happy to have. It's so elating for me to see you again. You know, I was really anticipating to see you last week. When you told me, oh my gosh. So I thought it was
I
like, don't worry,
know.
we're gonna have it. Yeah. Because it's been a
I
while,
know.
years, not even face to face, but I mean live, you know. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
you what's going on. And then last week we talked about what did we talk about again? We talked about mentoring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mentoring, we want to know your idea
Okay.
about mentoring. Is it necessary for you? Do you think it's something that we should do as musicians, gospel musicians, or musicians at large? Do you think it's something that
Um,
should be done?
yeah,
What's
mentoring is very important. I mean, without mentoring, I think without proper mentoring, let me put it that way, we might just be running around like headless chickens without direction, right? So when you have a mentor, someone who knows what they're doing, who is experienced, you don't tend to make the same mistakes that they have made on their journey. So that's why it's really, really important because they get to help you, hold your hand, tell you this is how you do it. Not in a commanding tone like you must do it like this. If you don't do it like this, I mean, I won't mentor you again. No. You know, a good mentor will allow you to have a sound, your sound, and you know, just lead you and tell you, you know, how to go about things, you know, what to do, how to record, you know, just basic things that you need to grow because no man is actually an island, you know. You can't say I'm a self-made man. When you were born, somebody cut the what is that called? Somebody
Placenta.
cut
American?
somebody cut it, somebody wiped you, somebody bathed, you know, took care of you. So you can't say, oh, I'm a self-made man now. Nobody actually taught me. I just, you know, sprang up and then decided to be who I am today. You understand? So mentors are very, very important, especially in music, in life in general. Mentors are very important because now they have this experience of how, you know, they were able to get up the ladder. And that's not what is really important to get up the ladder, to be out there, no. But they can, you know, from their experiences being there, haven't been there for some time, they can tell you this is the way to go and this is how not to make probably the same mistakes that I made. This is, you know, what you do. And it just makes the work easier if you have a mentor. It just makes your work very, very easy.
Okay. Okay. Bro, I think you actually talked to me because we said something that really struck me. You said a mentor would allow you have your sound.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very
You
important.
must have you, even though you're being mentored, you want to sound
Mm-hmm.
like you want to get I would say the experiential knowledge of that person, but you should have your personality in that.
Mm.
There must be a you in that thing you're trying to, you know, be part of. That's different from what we talked about last week because he shared his experiences on the people who influenced him, how it started, how you know how Christ chose and
Oh,
everything happening
oh
there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know, this is when you mention Kingsley Omijie, everybody knows Christ chose. They just say Christ chose, and
Oh
everybody
yeah.
agrees.
So
Yeah, that's where we're
he's
coming
our boss.
is our boss,
Mm.
actually. That's where we're coming from. We know our roots, you know. And the
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
about it is that if you have, I think foundation is very key. I mean, foundation is very, very key because how you started or how you start, you said something again that is very important. You said the right mentoring or mentorship, the right one, because sometimes we're mentored wrongly
Yeah.
and we go
Yeah.
other directions. When you do it right, it's easy. So for me, I think foundation is very key because the person who you are mentoring, you have to really critically look at that person, take stock of who that person truly is, what they believe in because if you're telling me that you're a musician, for instance, and then this person is also a musician, but the person is not deeply rooted, okay? Because mentoring goes beyond just gifts. And for me, I don't know, for me, it goes beyond just gifts. I know we're not all perfect, but it's important we know what they stand for, what they believe in, basically, and their foundation has to be, checked, for you to have a right standing, like you said, the right person, the right one. That's what I would say. But he spoke so like he spoke plenty things last week. Like I need to just watching it. It pains me because part of it was not. Can you see me clearly here?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, I almost cried when I was editing. I was like, what is happening? Just 12 minutes, only 12 minutes you can see, but the rest was glory. I could see him, I could see Ford, but I couldn't see myself. It was just up and down like the network. I need to check my phone, the settings. Maybe the children have touched something, or I don't know what's going on because it's the same Wi-Fi I'm using. So I was wondering what happened. If it's the Wi-Fi, I'm not sure we can see like this, face to face. I'm sure it's the phone or maybe Instagram. Maybe Instagram.
Maybe because when I joined in early on Instagram, it was really blurry. I couldn't really see you. And then it started to skip and to cease, So that's why we, started trying to say, oh, how do we get on Facebook? How do we get you on Facebook? I think it's better here.
Okay, so I mean, he spoke so much about where he's coming from and how we should be very intentional about mentoring. We have to pick the right people, like you said, and then we have to follow through. I think what I asked him last week was, how do we stay being mentored? How do we practice the things that we hear or we get to see from these mentors? How do we? He said consistency. You must keep doing this thing. You must surround yourself with the right people, and always just keep doing that thing you see. Because if you don't do it, you have the tendency to want to forget, or it might leave you at a point. So I would like for him to still say a little bit of it. I know he said so much last week.
Okay. Go on.
Wow. Well, for me, like what I said last week, I also made mention of, I said mentors are humans. They're humans. They have their own shortcomings. They have their own error. So as a mentee, it is of great importance when you are being guided by your mentors, you should take the positives and leave the negatives, the negative aspect of the mentor aside, getting it to hand. Because there are some mentees which they tend to want to copycat both the positive and the negative. That's not a good one. Yeah, because like I always use myself as an example. I said I have so many mentors that mentored me. I told you, Reverend Victor Atenaga is one of my mentors. Getting it.
Okay.
Yeah, because back then I always looked up to his activities. During the era of worship and cloud, and at the point I had several personal encounters with him. Times I would go to his office, just to getting it, be around him, getting it at hand. And also, there's one of my mentors here. Like I told you, Uyuta Joseph Tuyu. Yeah, okay. I learned a lot from him, and I'm short of words.
It's okay. He said so much last week. I still pick on my YouTube because they spoke, even though I wasn't fully listening all the way, but it was very, very informative. Everything that was brought up last week, even though we joked still about the politics and everything, but we also need to hear your choice of president. You are in Nigeria, and I know you love, and I know you want.
Haba, come on now. I think that's obvious. If you had looked at my status, if you had looked at my status, you would know. You would know. I mean, I mean the other contestants. Well, we just wanted someone fresh, and because he's someone who has a proven track record. I mean, it's difficult for a politician to leave office and say, no, I don't want to be collecting anything, you know. And he left so, in fact, there's just so much that Peter Gregory Obi did. And I thank God because I was able to cast my vote for him, which I'm so sure that, you know, at least my vote counted in Edo State. Our result came out and we're happy with the result that we got. So I'm glad that, you know, a lot of people came out for the first time, to be a part of this election, you know, and it just warms my heart to see that we all want a better Nigeria. I mean, come on, when people like you know, you're abroad and everything, you should be able to come home and feel safe. You should be able to come home and, you know, like, it's just, I know it's the heart cry of some of my friends who are over there. Like, we don't want to stay there forever. We just want to go there, do what we're doing, pursue the career, and then even come back home to invest. So if we have a safe environment, which we are so sure that we're going to get under his leadership, I mean, a lot of people would want to come back home to Nigeria. I mean, there's no place like home, or Nigeria for life, man. I mean, this place rocks. You get so it rocks, you know. So I mean, for
You think
those of you who are over there, sorry,
you think they are fair with the collation?
is it not obvious? And it's obvious. I saw that. It's obvious. They are manufacturing results. We don't know where the results from come. You understand? They are manufacturing results that is different from what we have in you know, in some of the polling units that have been proven. A lot of people took pictures, you know, they were able to get those pictures taken before they went to the collation centers where the magic started happening with the numbers. So it's obvious that the results that we're getting, most of it have been doctored, and a lot of us are not happy about it, but we still have to keep our joy tank full, and we have to keep praying, we have to keep pushing, you know, in the place of prayer, trusting God that is going to turn the situation around. He will turn it and turn it and turn it until it, you know, gets to our favor. So we are not hopeless. We're not hopeless. We're hopeful. We trust that the God of Nigeria will come through for us. Yeah.
I actually saw a video where they were, I think the two things that were actually being realized: football and politics. Maybe when there's no fairness, because I heard a crowd of people today singing. I don't know where exactly it was. If it was an old video or something. They were actually singing. I wish I could play the video for you now. They were singing one song. You are Yahweh. Yes, that's a song. Yahweh.
Okay.
In mass. Oh my God, it was so beautiful.
I saw the video too.
On my page. Oh my God. I was like, what's going on in this country? What's going on? And the people were like, you could feel that they were singing from their soul.
Yeah.
The bottom of their heart.
Yeah, we you know, we trust God. I mean, I feel like well, let me not say what's in my mind right now, but I feel like, I know, it's not a feeling, I know that God is going to come true for us. I trust God. Honestly, I trust God. And that's why I've decided to keep my joy tank full and not to look at the collation and get depressed.
Yeah.
You understand? God needs us to stand in the gap for Nigeria. And we're doing that, and a whole lot of other people, other Christians are doing that. I mean, we have to turn our face to God and say, Father, this is what is happening. This is not what you told us. There's some prophetic words that came forth that we're, battling with, So we're saying, Father, this is what you told us. This is not it's not looking like what you told us. So you get, so we turn our face to God and trust that He's going to turn the situation around.
Yes, He will. I know.
And honestly, at the end of the day, whatever happens, God is still God. Whatever happens, God is still going to see us through. That's what I believe. Yes, definitely. That's what I believe.
Bro, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. For me, I see. I'm very sure, and I know that the mandate is going to go to Peter Obi. Yeah. Because
I love his spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why I said so, if you notice, the kind of people that came out this period, they are very, very organic. They're very, very organic. And I noticed something during the election as I was watching it. I noticed people were not even paying attention to the House of Rep or...
Not at all. That's one thing I noticed as well. Not at all.
It was the presidential. People were like, everything. In fact, but because you have to vote, because they give you the forms to vote, and for some of these senatorial seats, House of Rep seats, they didn't, most of them, well, I don't think I know a lot of them that really went out there to campaign. So it was just the OB effects, the LP effects, like, Peter Obi for president. Senatorial, exactly.
They don't know. They don't know other people apart from this guy. They don't know most people.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. Well, it was just, I think it was just like one or two or three other persons who they know that, okay, this person might be in this party, but we're voting for an individual, but not for the entire party, right? And this person would trust that.
Nobody's interested.
Sorry?
No one is interested.
Yes. Yes.
Not.
Yeah.
And one more thing, in Europe right now they have energy crisis as a result of the fight between Russia and Ukraine. You agree with me? Russia, they are the one that supplies energy to almost 98% of Europe in Europe, excepting Georgia and one or two other places.
Okay.
And the contract that they signed, EU signed with Russia, is going to end. I think whether it has already ended. So EU, they are interested in Nigeria election.
Okay.
Even where I work, my boss, my boss told me, he said, when you guys have a new president and our current prime minister is able to kind of discuss one or two things because all attention is turning to Nigeria now. Yeah, they are turning to Nigeria because
the world is watching. Yes.
Venezuela, they approached Venezuela. Venezuela said even Saudi Arabia, they are not being straight. Then another country, I think Belarus is siding Russia. So you see, everybody wants to depend on the Nigeria oil. Again, they are trying to turn their attention to the Nigeria oil. So that's the reason why we are praying for someone that has a direction, someone that is business oriented, someone that is stingy, someone that can. That is the truth. Because honestly,
in a good way. In a good way.
Obi in Anambra was not just it was prudent. Let me use the word. It was prudent in terms
yes, that's a better word. Someone prudent.
Okay, someone that will be able to kind of bring down the cost of governance. Why are we practicing bicameral legislature? It's too expensive for us because the House of Rep and the House of Senate, they are reduplicating effort. They are doing the same thing. In Italy, where I stay, they just have one house of parliament, you get it? So we need, Peter Obi can cut down the cost of governance. If Peter Obi can cut down the numbers of what's it called, escorts or whatever that goes along with him anywhere he's going to, or he can do the same thing when he comes in. If you look at the common senator, one senator will be having almost 20 SSAs. What are they doing? I don't understand. So Peter Obi is someone that can turn the economy, that can turn the country to a productive country, not because right now we are consuming. We're just consuming.
Yeah.
We're consuming. Yeah. The little we are producing, we don't know where the money is going to get. For me, I think
we're owing a lot of money. A lot.
Yeah. Every country, every country is indebted, even right here.
But our own too much.
Yeah, every country is indebted.
We're not seeing why the money is there. We're not seeing why they took the money. That's my own belief. If you're borrowing, it has to be used judiciously. It has to be seen,
Like here, when they borrow money from wherever they are borrowing money from, you see the project they are using it for, and that project should be able to kind of pay back the money they collected. You understand? That's the reason why I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm advocating for my country to go back to the regional system of government. That is what is being practiced right here. Regional system of government.
Yes. It makes sense. Even though
everybody
would be inconvenient in the beginning, but it will make sense.
Yeah, but this over dependence on oil will no longer be there. Every state is viable. Do you know that everything we have in Nigeria? You see, my boss was telling me, in Nigeria, you will have black soil, you have red soil, you have white soil. Everything beneath the ground is wealth.
Nigeria is wealth.
They don't have it here. They don't have it, but we have everything. So what is the problem? The problem is the puzzle. The problem we are having is bad leadership. That's the reason why we want Peter Obi to come in. We want him to come in, as in, these people have been ruling us. They have been ruling us, though we respect our elders. So we don't need to be throwing tantrums to our elders. But the thing is, we need Peter Obi to come.
We are honorable people.
Yes.
We are honorable people. Yes.
Okay. So, anyways, I pray that God will shine His light on Nigeria, because we need that light.
Yes.
He shines His light on Nigeria. He will bring the right person that He has ordained to be on that seat. We'll get there. They will not anybody trying to cut short that will of God. God will not allow it. I don't want to say what's not supposed to get. God will allow them.
Amen.
Because we're talking about our children, our loved ones, our families.
Yeah.
I was telling someone the other day, I said, if you think that this thing happening in Nigeria is not affecting us, you're lying.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
You know what
I mean, because you guys, you may be over there, but I think another angle to that is that you may be over there, but you have families here, right?
Yeah.
You have families here. You have investments here. So, you guys need to even be praying more. Do you understand? Because so that we
increase. Yeah, Alawi they increase, because the more things are increased, the more Alawi is increasing. And except you don't have a sympathetic mind for people or to help someone. Every now and then something comes up and you want to reach out. If it's affecting them, it affects us as well. So that's the truth of the matter. That's why we are praying on. And I think the biggest thing for us, honestly, is security, insecurity. That's like the biggest of all, the biggest. Like you mentioned, insecurity. Sometimes we just feel like, okay, maybe make we come. If we just dey watch news like this, the spirit will say, stay where you did first. You understand? Because yeah, especially
Yeah.
when you notice that this person, there's something about this person. The spirit is
Yeah, but
telling
the thing, no, another thing is this. Honestly, oh, all of you that are in Jans, I don't know how you people used to get story before we that are even here. We just be saying, you just be seeing videos. This one is the US, the UK, Canada. You're sending me video of what is happening in Benin. Everywhere is burning now. Like, no, now we are in the Benin. It's not really, it's not like that.
there's
Yes,
wifi. There's wifi
it's
24
not
hours.
really.
So when we pump stuff, we get it first. There's wifi 24 hours. And then you people use data too now. How come we get it behind you?
I know,
Most
but some of those things are not really, like, Benin is born everywhere or everywhere, those kind of things. And it may just be like a section or just a street.
yeah,
And that begins to, I think that begins to put fear, so to speak, knowing
exactly.
that you guys are Jandon like that, and you come your skin now, Kizo right now, you're yellow, don't, and everything. Be like, almost this guy is not from this side, though. Be like saying not from John, you get it. And all those things, I begin to watch your back. But it's not always the case, I
Yeah,
must say. I have to be fair here. It's not always the case because we have some persons who come around and they don't even need security to move
yeah.
around. I have to talk about Benin, Abuja, for instance, Lagos also. I mean,
Okay.
everybody's going about their life. Nobody really sends you and all that. So,
Um,
but we want a country that is secured, that, security is priority for its citizens, whether it's those of us who are here or our citizens, brothers and sisters like you and Annie over there. We just want a largely secured nation.
true.
Mm.
And with with what we experience at the embassy, that's another is it embassy, sorry, at the airport, that's another story altogether. So but God has them.
When I know the
We
class,
will
we're focused. It's
for me.
it's it's yes, okay. So yeah,
For me,
go on.
see, for me, my country is how am I going to put it right now? Nigeria is in process. Is we're progressing, getting it.
Okay.
Uh,
Amen.
like
Let me see.
like like here, what I've noticed, I think the act of when you talk about insecurity, um, that insecurity thing is deliberate. Why I said so. Remember when Abacha, when he
Mm.
was the military head of state of Nigeria, he said if terrorism uh, stays for 24 hours, you know that the government of the day has a hand in it. That's a fact. And that's what we are experiencing back in Nigeria. Like here, there's what they call community policing. Community policing. They do community policing. See, even those police officers that have retired, they are old. There are some, you see that they are 70 years old, they are 80 years old. They might be inside their houses, but
Mm.
they are still doing what they call
They're working.
community policing. If they notice anything strange around, before you know it, they call the police. Police swoops in, they'll just come and check whether that strange something, whether it's safe to the society, to that environment or not. Getting it? I've been in this country. I've never noticed. I've never heard about maybe bombing or whatever. You can be with someone in the garden. You will not know that he's a police person. You will not know. So we can. That thing can also be introduced in Nigeria. Apart from, I don't want to go to the aspect of technology because I know
But
that
I think they did it that time now. So they did whistle blowing. Or what did they mean by that?
whistleblowing.
I thought they did it that time. Huh?
Whistleblower.
Hmm.
Where
Whistle
uh,
blowing.
the whistleblowing is different. Whistleblower is an informant, as in maybe for instance now they discover that snake has swallowed money. You understand? They will blow the whistle. That snake, that ego has swallowed money. They will not, that monkey is about to steal money, or this
Oh,
monkey, ahead. Those are I'm talking about real security, as in what we kind of safeguard
okay. The
us
people. Mm.
in people in Nigeria getting it. So like like here now they have cameras everywhere. They
Mm.
have cameras everywhere. Whatever you do, they have, like I always say, they have three eyes. Three eyes. You think they are not watching you, they are watching you. But the very day they will play your video for you, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. So I think Nigeria can get it right. They can get it right. They can get it
Yeah.
right. So it's just a matter of the person who is at the helm of affair declaring a state of emergency on some salient, important, life-saving issues. Like
Yeah.
number one, security. People should be able to sleep with their two eyes closed. Number two, declaring state of emergency on power. On
Mm.
power. Getting it? Uh-huh. Then talking about corruption. You're talking about corruption. See, it's not only the government that is corrupt. Even us, we are also corrupt. Just imagine the naira change that was that they just introduced. I asked some important questions. Okay, we are saying that the government is corrupt. Now, they've switched the Naira note for reasons best known to them, of which I saw the effect, though it brought a lot of hardship to our
Yeah.
people. But, you know, the Naira became scarce. Notes were printed. Why was this scarce?
I
The,
think
for,
I think
the, for,
I
the
think it's gonna be disbursed after the election. It's
no,
for a reason.
it was disbursed, but the note did not get to the general public. Why? The bankers themselves, they were also very corrupt. They were also practicing corruption. How? The high bank staffs, the director of the banks, the manager of the banks, they have dealings with different politicians. They know that if these politicians themselves, they know if they should come with tons of millions to the
Mm.
bank, the EFCC will be there to question them. Where did you get this money from? How did you
Yeah.
make this money? Getting it? So somebody need to do some aiding and abetting. Who did that? The workers in the bank. They will have to kind of carry the millions with you. No, it's Nigeria. We know how it works. They have to
Oh
take the
boy.
millions from the bank to the politician's house, exchange is something, you see, depriving the general public from getting the whatever. Then secondly, how
My.
the POS operators, how are they getting their notes? How are they getting the money they're using
I'm
in their
sure you will
POS?
answer this, but there's nothing you will tell me. If the
Yeah.
normal, if the populace cannot get the money, how come? Are the POS operators, are they not part of the populace? What are you? How are they getting it? How?
So I'm trying to, when Buhari say from top to bottom, I'm explaining that word from top to bottom. You
Okay.
getting it? The corruption is just from top to bottom. Even the POS operators, when you check their behavior, they became something else. They became something else. So you see, that's why when else they said absolute power corrupt absolutely. It is very correct.
Yeah.
It is very, very correct.
It's all good, oh, thank God. I'm glad that we were able to talk to my sister tonight, even though the network is not fair. I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad
Yeah,
that
yeah.
she was able to say
I
something, you know.
think is the network. I think it's the network. But
What I will do,
the
I'm
fact
gonna.
is that, yeah,
Yeah, you
she
said
was the fact is that she was able to make a very, very important point as
very
a
important.
that I love so much. Again,
Yeah.
choosing your mentor rightly, rightly.
Mm,
That now is very, very important. You understand? Yeah. So like I said last time, um mentorship is very, very important it's very, very important for us as musicians to have mentors. Like I use myself as an example. I name a whole lot of people that mentored me. I'm not ashamed
mm,
to to
right.
say, oh, this person mentored me or this person mentored me. Get it? And they mentored me without me, as in being made to come and pay this. They did it passionately. They saw the
Yeah.
passion. I was passionate about it, and they always open whenever I call, whenever I knock, they always open their doors for me. As in, I gained a lot from a whole lot of them. Getting it? So for me, mentorship is very, very, very important in music. It's very important. And when you are being mentored, try to copy the positive aspect, ignore the negative aspect. Getting it? Then when you are being tutored, try to add your own uniqueness to what you have been taught. Because the Bible says the glory of the latter shall be greater than the former.
Sorry. Yeah.
Mama is back.
Yeah.
Way
I'm back home. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah. Thank
We're
you.
just rounding up. We're just rounding up. Sorry about that. It was actually touching on what you said before. I think I let it
Okay.
begin in opportunity.
Yeah.
That's
I think there's something else I'd just like to sorry, go on. Okay, there's something else I'd like to add to what my brother said about mentorship being consistent. Another thing is to stay humble, right?
Humility.
Yeah, to stay humble, teachable. I mean, for the mentees, for those that are being mentored, they need to stay humble, stay teachable. Not when maybe you have done one or two songs, now you're out there. You have now
Oh my God.
mentor. You understand? They are now carrying bag for you, mama, papa, and all of that. Teach me anymore, right?
Yeah, that's what
This person doesn't have
happens,
anything to teach me anymore, and then they just so stay humble, stay teachable. There are some of our fathers in the faith, some of them spiritual fathers are because they're not out there. They're not in your face. They don't have big assemblies. They don't have stadiums for church. They don't have 60,000 worshippers. They may just have up to 200 or 300. But their sons in ministry still stay humble enough to learn from their fathers. So that's something that musicians need to learn sometimes. Our pride, to use it to sew agbada to sew suits, especially when you've had like one or two songs, or you're out there, or you're being invited everywhere. You feel, oh, this person is no longer useful to me. It shouldn't be the case. You should stay humble and teachable at all moments, because definitely you still have something to learn from this person. They may not be out there yet. They may not have blown yet, but they can guide you. In fact, I think a positive side to it is that they can still have your time, because by the time they blow now, and they're traveling around, they won't have your time to teach you the things that you ought to know. So while you have their ears, while you have their hearts, right now, while they still have the time to teach you, I think you should stay humble and stay teachable. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. That's a very, very, very key point she just mentioned.
Bravo.
That's bravo. Yeah. Bravo.
Kizo!
Nodding his head.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Finally, we've been able to see you and hear your sound teachings and your knowledge you've passed on to us. We appreciate you. We thank you for this time. It wasn't easy the last time, but I was hoping to have you, and praise God for having you. Thank you so much I know it's bedtime already. I know it's ticking already, and we will have to let you go this time. I think we have done justice actually to the topic, so this is is good. I think she spoke about being humble. She spoke about having to own yourself even while you were being mentored. Be yourself, let your personality speak as well. And then she spoke about having the right mentor or doing it right, okay? Which is very, very, very important. And my brother also spoke about so many other things, which she also actually spoke about them a lot last week. So if you haven't watched it, the show for last week, just go ahead and watch it on YouTube and even music. You can also watch it on Facebook and Instagram. Yes. Yeah, we also have it there. So please, guys, join us next week. Before we talk, forget say we go sleep this night. Join us next Tuesday again, 9 p.m. West African time on Musicians Hangout. Today we had our sister Liora Matthews. I think I saw Matthew.
Yes,
Was it?
Matthew.
Matthew?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
Matthew. Liora Matthews. Yeah, that's the name of her. Our love to the children. Thank you so much, Brother Kingsley Omijie. We had him last week. No, it was beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. These are my guys, so like, these are my guys. Yeah, my guys. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night rest and love to the family, love to Italy, love to Nigeria, and from Germany, we love you. Have a beautiful night. All right, then. Bye.
Mama.